Hey guys, I'm Deepthi Desikan, and in this video I'm going to be talking about overly sponsored products that I feel are worth the money. Some of these products were something that I have spoken about too. I was sponsored to talk about and I still use it till date, be it years later as well. And these are like tried and true products. It doesn't mean like, the other products I've spoken about are not something I like and I have not been using them. I pretty much try to use up all of the products I recommend, but it so happens that I do try out so many products, tend to like some over the others, and over time I just like leave it half empty and then go back and finish it. So there are so many products like this as well in my collection. So anyways, let's get started. First up, with some skincare products, I have to talk about what I use to moisturize my skin. I discovered this during a sponsorship video itself. This one is the Bioderma Atoderm cream. Sometimes sponsorships are like a blessing because I wouldn't have known this product or tried it out if not for the brand like sending it to me, letting me test it out. And ever since, I have constantly repurchased this. It's been like 4 years and this is my go-to moisturizer till date. I have gone through tubes and tubes of this, bottles and bottles of this, and I'm pretty sure if you watched my empties video you would know that as well. So this one is very nice for people with normal to dry sensitive skin. If you have very dry skin during the winter months as well, this works so well. They have a bigger jar of this as well, which I use for my face and body, and I keep it in like the other washroom, and this one in my studio for me to get ready because this pairs so well for makeup, and it's my go-to moisturizer for underneath makeup, and then use a good primer and you're just sorted, and it just holds good pretty much the entire day. And if you have very very dry skin and very like peak winters, you can of course like reapply it. I recently picked up this variant. I'm not sure what's the difference. It does mention that both of these are for normal to dry skin. I thought I was getting this, but I got this one. It still works really well. It does moisturize my skin, so I have started to use this one as well. Like both of these are open and I love it. The next product I'm going to be talking about is maybe controversial. I'm not sure everything is controversial on the internet, but I genuinely do use these serums. This one is the Derma 10% Niacinamide face serum. Not just this one, their vitamin C serum as well are some things I've absolutely loved using. I go back to it time and time again, and I must admit here that it's not a repurchase because the brand does send all of these products to me, but over all of the serums that I've tried out, even the ones the dermatologist has recommended to me, I feel like these are more effective on my skin. The vitamin C serum is really nice when I have like uneven pigmentation and I want my skin tone to look a lot more even. This niacinamide face serum is so nice when I feel like I have a lot of bumps and all of that and like acne. This is the one that I use, and I also have to show you guys another product. Just give me a minute. And also, while speaking of Derma, I have to mention their face washes, especially these two variants, have been so helpful for my skin. And when I've tried out a lot of different face washes, I try to switch it up, try to empty off all of those that I get sent. And when I switch it, I genuinely do find a difference while I'm using this and while I'm not using it. Let me explain why. So I recently tried out a lot of different skincare products, and one of that was the Medicube toner pads. And I feel like it just doesn't work for my skin type, and I feel like I always have some sort of texture issues, some sort of breakout. Even though it's such a viral product, it just doesn't work out for my skin type. I am much more happier using Indian skincare products, to be honest. I tried to switch out my face wash. I tried the Bioderma one, the blue variant, and because that was sent to me in PR and I just wanted to try it out. That's good, like a normal face wash for oily skin. Like if you have excess oil or anything, that works out, but it doesn't have any active ingredients in it that really help with the breakout situation. So when I have something like this and a little bit more of a superficial situation, not like a cystic acne or something that's more like a very intense acne situation, something that's just like mild breakout, you can see I'm starting to have a little bit of like acne issues again, bumps and everything. These are the two face washes I like. I feel like the 2% Sali-Cinamide Anti-Acne face wash is a much more nicer version of the salicylic acid face wash. Like this can be a little bit, I feel like, too much for like even alternate days. Maybe once a week you can use it, but I'm not sure of using that like very often. This I can pretty much use it every single day as well. This has niacinamide and salicylic acid, and I feel like it's a little bit more of a hydrating version of the salicylic acid face wash. And this is like the bigger tube of this. I have emptied like smaller tubes of this so many times, and it's not because I have to show it in a sponsored video or anything. These brands don't really come back for the same sponsored videos time and time again, and it's been a while since I've worked with these brands as well, and I still am using these products. So I feel like this is such a nicer version. This is a new one. This is a new one. Okay, this whole thing, it has the seal in it, but I've already opened another one up in my bathroom because I feel like I need it there more than the studio. So yeah, once I'm done with it, I'll be taking this along with me. This, you can see I have tried to use it up quite a bit, but I feel like sometimes it's a little bit too much for me, and especially when it gets near my nostrils and everything, I feel like it's a little bit more like harsh. And then from another brand that I feel like a lot of people don't really like, and I can't really blame people for this because these brands are so aggressive with their marketing. They're literally going to every other influencer and like marketing the same products. The words are pretty much similar. So I can understand why people would not probably trust these brands, but I have used it. I don't work with this brand anymore. Maybe I will in the future, I'm not sure, but not anytime now. This one is the WishCare Niacinamide Oil Balance Fluid Sunscreen. I have a backstory for pretty much all of my skincare products and why I have been going back to them. So this one, I was using something that the dermatologist recommended to me, and it was just not working out for me. I feel like my skin was getting so dull and it was just not protecting my skin, I feel like. And I was tanning so much more. My hyperpigmentation was another level, peaking even with reapplying those sunscreens very often, no matter how many times I apply it. And I didn't even like the texture of it. It had that very silicone texture. It's called Band Ray or something. I just didn't like it. So I was like, this, I'm going to stop. I'm going to take things back into my hands, and went back to using the WishCare Niacinamide Oil Balance Fluid Sunscreen. Again, this I've emptied quite a few times. It's also something that's a little bit easier to empty because it has that very fluid texture, which is also something I really like about this. It gives me that freedom to apply enough amounts of it, which also, even though it's like an oil balance sunscreen, it doesn't dry your skin out, but it doesn't make your skin extremely oily. And I've had really good experience with WishCare sunscreens so far. So their other WishCare sunscreen, the one with the orange tube and that packaging, I gave it to someone who worked in harsh sun, like pretty much outdoor every single day and everything. And this person was not consistent with their skincare routine. They were not even moisturizing their skin, and the only product they were using on their face was the WishCare sunscreen. And in a week's time, I noticed how hyperpigmentation and that uneven skin tone was looking so much like, was a lot less prominent, and skin was starting to even out. And that's when I was like, okay, maybe this sunscreen is actually effective. I'm not sure about the lab results. I'm not sure of what is making that happen, but with WishCare sunscreen, that is what I have felt. Like, I don't feel like my hyperpigmentation looks a lot more prominent, and I feel like, you know, I can trust and use this. And I am someone who's a little bit outdoorsy as well, and I have tried out quite a few sunscreens, the Korean ones and everything. Just doesn't work for me. Indian sunscreens are where I reach for. I like the Derma one, I like this one, I like the Aqualogica sunscreen. It's my personal preference. You don't really have to abide by everything I'm liking or talking about. And then also the WishCare Hair Growth Serum Concentrate. I've gone through bottles and bottles of this. You have to be consistent with this. And I know it's a small bottle and you need to like use it consistently, and you tend to empty this a little bit faster because it's such a small bottle, but I feel like it works out for me really well, especially when I'm feeling like, you know, like my hairline is receding, I'm having a lot of hair fall. This does help in boosting hair growth, in my opinion, because of the ingredients in it as well. And yeah, it is not something that is like 100% hit. A lot of people do not like this product. They detest it. I can understand why as well. And then another product which I did a sponsorship of this product like I think 2 or 3 years ago, and ever since I still have been repurchasing this myself. This one is the Chemist at Play Daily Exfoliating Body Wash. This has 4% lactic acid, salicylic acid, vitamin E and Zemia. Okay, so this one, the reason I like it is because it has a little bit of a nice fragrance to it, like a warm vanilla scent, which the Deconstruct Salicylic Acid body wash was not having that. It's just like straight up body wash with actives but nothing else. So it's good like if you have body acne and you just want to tackle that, you don't really want fragrance in your body wash, you would like that. But for me, it was a very effective body wash, but I just want it to smell a little nice. And so I started to use this one over that. Like I've emptied those as well, but I started to repurchase this and I have been loving it. I feel like it's not very drying on my skin, especially during the winter months. And also I've started to have a little bit of back acne, and I feel like this does take care of it to a great extent. And also body odor. I have to mention, like, workouts and all of that. Like, if you're someone who's prone to like intense body odor, this might not help just on its own, but consistent usage, I feel like it does give a great reduction in body odor as well, as opposed to the Be Body Wise one I've tried out. That one just is filled with a lot of fragrance. I mean, the initial experience feels really nice, but I don't see any results with that. I have started to use that as well, but I like this one over that, and that's the reason you will see me repurchase this again and again. I just love the experience of using this product as well. And then a tinted sunscreen, which everyone was raving about at one time, and I don't see anyone talk about this as much. This one is the Dot & Key Strawberry Dew Tinted Sunscreen. I have not done a sponsored post for this, but I saw a lot of sponsorships with other YouTubers and then got it. It is a really nice tinted sunscreen, very hydrating, very nice for daily usage, and also it's because it's tinted, you can be a little bit more generous with it. It doesn't have white cast. But if you have sensitive skin, if you have acne prone skin, I feel like this does clog your pores and you will see tiny bumps, acne with regular usage of this product. That is something I have to mention because I don't really have that much of a sensitive skin. I absolutely love this product, but I do see tiny bumps every single time I use this product. But minus that, it's actually a really nice tinted sunscreen. And then now moving on to some of the makeup products that are extremely overhyped. What is worth it and what is not? Let's go about it. This one is the LoveChild Skip Everything 4-in-1 Blurring Serum Tint. I did a sponsored post for this, I think 2 or 3 years ago, and I still do really like this. It's a very nice blurring skin tint. It's not very matte, it's not very dewy, but it's something that I really like. It has really good coverage, and I've not seen any skin tint like this that gives you that much of a blurring effect. I've seen that in like foundations maybe, but that also not a lot of foundations, but this one is certainly very nice and blurring, and it was definitely worth the hype. And it's definitely something that I am so glad I accepted the sponsorship for this, because it's one of the best skin tints I have tried out. And then another product which I have seen off late, like a lot of people talk about, is the Maybelline Super Stay Flex Powder Foundation. And I was very skeptical about trying this because I don't really like Maybelline base products that much. Not a lot of it has worked out for me, especially the shade, but this one in the shade 310 is a really good match for me. And you have to make sure you are hydrated when you use this. Like, make sure your skin is really nice and prepped, and use all of your cream products and everything, and use this as the last step to just like set everything in. And it's a really nice powder foundation to give you really good coverage as well. And if you have oily skin, I can see you absolutely love this. And during the summer months as well, you would really like it. So it's a really nice affordable-ish powder foundation you can try out. And then this was something I was personally sponsored, and I love this. This one is the Mask Cancel Concealer, and I really love this concealer till date. It's one of the best concealers in my collection. It doesn't matter if it's high-end or affordable, because it has the best finish, coverage. It's long-lasting, doesn't crease, doesn't cake, doesn't fade away, doesn't exaggerate anything, but it's not too matte, not too creamy. It's such a nice concealer. Every single time I feel like, I need a fixing concealer. I need to, like, my under eyes is looking like a mess. I need something to fix it. This is what I reach out for. I have this one in the shade 05 Sandstone, I think, and it's a nice product. It's very nice. I don't know from where I came up with the shade, or maybe I made it up. And then the Instant Age Rewind Concealer from Maybelline, a highly sponsored product. It's a very hit or miss product for a lot of people. I didn't really like it until I found my perfect match in this, which is Butterscotch. It's like my skin tone in a bottle. It depends on a certain weather condition. Sometimes it's just a little bit too matte and drying. It doesn't even come out that well. But during summer months, I just love using this on its own all over my face, like a foundation cum concealer. I like the coverage. It's very light medium. It's very long lasting, and I just like the shade match and the finish and everything of this concealer. So that's the reason I still reach out for it. And I do have a backup of this, which I think I gave away. But yeah, this is the shade Butterscotch. Such a nice product. I just wish they change up the packaging of this though. And then some mascaras, the L'Oreal and Maybelline mascara. This one is the Bubble Mascara and this one is the Panorama Mascara. Both of these definitely worth the hype. This one gives you really good length and volume. And this one is a really nice lengthening mascara, and it also holds it that way. And a combination of these two again are really nice. So they are good affordable mascaras in the market, and they don't really sting and burn your eyes. And you have a waterproof version. I think this is a waterproof version, okay, by the way. And I think this is not waterproof. No, this is also waterproof version. So I don't think there is a non-waterproof variant of this, but I like it. and I use it. Then for lip products, the Stace lipsticks, one of the best lipsticks in the market. This is what I have on my lips right now, which is called Hot Toddy. If not for the sponsorship from the brand, I don't think I would have even tried this out, and I fell in love with it that I spent my own money and got a lot of different shades from these ranges. This one is so nice, and it's like a creamy matte finish. It's not drying, it doesn't suck the moisture out of your lips, it doesn't exaggerate any lines, but it's not transfer proof. Okay, it's a nice creamy matte lipstick, and the same thing goes with this. Like if you're familiar with the OG Maybelline creamy matte lipstick formulation, where it has that beautiful subtle matte finish but not too matte, like, you know, it's creamy matte, it has that pigmentation and beautiful shades, you should be trying this one out. This one is in the shade Brown Spice, which is again a really nice nude shade for my skin tone. So these are some things I don't really feel anyone would have a problem with, and I've got so many comments about people trying out these lipsticks after my video, and a lot of people really like it. There are some people who would not like anything. I can't please everyone. I mean, not everything is for everyone, but the majority love it. Also, the Stace 3-in-1 lipsticks are also something that is really nice, but that's transfer proof and it's also a little bit matte, so it can be a little drying for a lot of people. I like it because you can blend it, mix and match, and get your perfect shade. So that's also a really nice product, but I reach out for these over that. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Do let me know if you want to watch more such videos. I have so many more such products, but I've emptied most of it. Don't even remember, but so many over sponsored products that were 100% worth the hype. And sometimes I get flack for even talking about these overhyped products, but most of the times they would have worked out so well for me. They are really good products. Just because they're marketed a little bit too much, they are hated upon, you know. So if you want to watch a part 2 of this, let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.